it that they already allow some part of it to enter? Maybe. And they now realize eventually that it's not good for our health? Maybe. But this is tomato paste. This is supposed to be the job of NAFDAC. Okay. So, if possible, custom could not pick this. Because custom is not a specialist in food stuff. It's possible custom did not pick this. And the people that pick this is actually our dear NAFDAC. So I don't know if NAFDAC will be able to pick it, but if you're just for the consumption of the public, if you want to buy tomato paste, check it very well. If it's from Iran, run away.
Alright, let's move on to the next news from Daily Trust. Imports, low prices, hot maize farmers. That's from Daily Trust. Crisis looms in the maize production line as local farmers grapple with the continued fall in the price of the produce across the nation's market. The situation is being compounded by the unabated importation of maize despite it's being locally produced with surplus. In 2017...
Did I hear with surplus?
That's what.
What is the use of a surplus that the price is higher than imported corn? What is the use? If this is in the US, you know what they will do? They will subsidize the farmers. The government will buy up the farmers and sell to the foreign country. This is why we should remove the subsidy from petrol. Put the subsidy on food so people can live.
Going back to what we discussed under the AFCT.
Yes.
Infrastructures. That's why it's more expensive to produce anything in Nigeria, even farm in Nigeria than any other country.
And that's the reason why we can prevent it from entering to our country. You have things you can prevent. So don't let us go as if they are handicapped. And then we have things you can prevent it from entering the country. If you don't want to come in, stop it from coming in. Anything, if anybody coming, bring it in, let's arrest them, prosecute them. Don't let us say because our road is bad, we are not going to drive. And we're going to trek from here to Ikorodu.
Alright, I think that's all we have.
Yeah, let's move on to the trade program.
Alright, on trade program today we have the regular export training for the month. It's called the Export Business Clinic, coming up on the 13th and 20th of July. That's for the weekend trainings, and also on the 16th and the 17th of July for the weekday training for people who have the time to attend the training during the weekdays. Now, this training is designed for people who are intending, you want to go into export business, you're looking for ways or information about export, or you're already exporting and you're having issues with your transaction, or you're exporting and you need more information and knowledge about the business. This training is one training you do not want to miss. It's holding at 3T Impex Trade Center. The address is scrolling on your screen, and during the training we are going to be looking at different aspects of the business, from how you start preparing for your export to how you plan your export business. We'll be exposing you to products that you can export from Nigeria, the risk in sourcing those products, the bottlenecks surrounding the sourcing, the challenges, and how you can mitigate all of that. We'll be discussing that. We'll be discussing the risk itself in export business and the things you can put in place to mitigate them. We'll be discussing payment methods, the different payment methods in international trade, the pricing system, how do you put pricing on a product that you want to export, and so that would enable you to be able to negotiate better with a buyer. And talking about buyers, we'll be discussing or showing you how to get buyers for your product as well. These are the few things that we're going to be discussing, and so many other things that we're going to be discussing during this two-day event. Again, this training comes up on the 13th and the 20th of July, and also on 16th and 17th of July. And if you want to be part of this program, you can send an SMS to 0809 124 4449. 0809 124 4449. Then
All right, yeah.
also, we have another training on imports. If you are an importer or you work in an importing organization, or you are an import desk officer in an organization, and you want to improve your knowledge on import trade in Nigeria, or you are a starter or you want to go into import business, this training is designed specifically for you. So this training basically shows you on how the import process works in Nigeria, the application process, the SON process, NAFDAC, and the likes. We'll be looking at all those processes during the training. We'll be looking at the payment methods also, bills for collections, and letters of credit also during the course of this 2-day event. This training comes up on the 18th and 19th of July on 9 a.m. on both days. Also at 3T Impex Trade Center at number 11B Paula Shanikwe Street in Surulere.
All right. We also have the Export Investment for Busy Executive. The Export Investment for Busy Executive is a program of 3T Impex, basically allowing individuals to begin to come into export and invest in export business and also learn along the line. So currently we have a project. The project is for lead ingot export. We are processing the lead ingot somewhere in Ikorodu. And we're raising funds right now to be able to do all the shipment we need to do. We're calling on investors and individuals interested in export business. You can invest in a slot, have a slot, a quarter of a slot, and you can get 20% return on your investment in about 6 months. So if you are interested also in this export business investment, export business investment for busy executive, then you can call us on the number that is currently appearing on your screen, or send us an email, and of course we'll get across to you. Also remember our trade professional development program. In the month of August, we'll be sending a new batch of students across all the different trade professional development programs, from the certified basic trade professional to certified intermediate trade professional to certified advanced trade professional to certificate in trade customer service and certified specialist in trade finance, certificate in national trade broker, certified national trade broker, then executive diploma in export business management and executive diploma in export trade finance. Remember, this program are from the American Institute of Extended Studies. We do the facilitation in Nigeria, do the training in Nigeria. The exam is done at the 3T Trade Center, and the results released from the US, and of course, certificate is issued from the school in the US. So if you are listening to us and you want to be a certified trade professional and you are looking for a way of getting your skill in trade, either as an importer or as an exporter, or as an individual working in an importing company or working in an exporting company, or as a marketer in a bank, a treasury officer in a bank, a risk management officer in a bank, a compliance officer in a bank, a trade specialist in a bank, this training program or certification program rather are all meant for you. For us, it's a worthy investment of your time, of your energy, of your resources to be able to help you to develop yourself and provide solutions to your trade business challenges, either as a banker providing solutions to your customers, or as an importer and exporter providing solutions to your trade business, your organization. If you are interested in being part of the one holding in the month of August, you want to call the number shown on your screen now, 009-124-4449. 009-124-4449. And with the sign of the AFCFTA, the diploma program become a bomb, a big one, a great one for you really. Because if you are going to be able to take advantage of the AFCFTA as a company in Africa, then you need to be part of the next edition of the executive diploma in export business management and executive diploma in export trade finance. Okay, let's move on to the trade education now. So what do we have today under the trade education?
All right, trade education, exploring export potentials in Nigeria, and today we'll be discussing wheat. Which a lot of us know what the product is or what the commodity is, and oftentimes we discuss about agriculture, the future of agriculture being used for industrial purposes. And today we're going to be looking at wheat and what advanced countries, what they use wheat to do, and how much money they are making in terms of export of this product. Now, wheat is the property that makes wheat suitable for food That's the gluten, the protein component, and starch. Also makes it functional in the non-food industrial application. Now, the gluten is used to make or produce adhesives, coatings, polymers, and resins. That's in the industrial sector. It's also used to produce straw board, used to produce furniture, flooring, foundation for lamination, and kitchen cabinets. And in the US, it's used to produce paper. No, they don't follow their trees anymore to produce papers. Now they use wheat to produce that to reduce deforestation, unlike what we have here in Nigeria. The wheat starch is also used to produce adhesive. Then the cosmetic and pharmaceutical industry also uses the starch to produce. And going by production, we capture top 10 producing countries of wheat. Don't worry, Nigeria is not anywhere on this list. We have China. China produces...
Even though we produce it in Nigeria?
Yes, but we're not top 10 producer, right? So China produces 131 billion tons, controlling about 17.6%. India, 93,000 metric tons. Russia produces 73 million metric tons. USA 62.8 million metric tons. Canada 30.4 million metric tons. France, Ukraine, Pakistan, Germany, and Australia. Those are the major producers, top 10 major producing countries of wheat. Now let's look at the countries who import wheat the most. Definitely Nigeria is on this list. Number one is Russia. Russia imports wheat. Then next is the US, then Canada, Australia, then importers, yeah.
Importers Turkey?
Importers
Kazakhstan.
Turkey, Kazakhstan.
No, that's the exporter.
Sorry.
The importing country, Nigeria is number 6.
Importing countries,
Indonesia, Egypt, Algeria, Italy, Japan, Nigeria. Now, there have been issues around wheat. Nigeria will be careful about wheat, and I can understand. When some people give you a unilateral agreement saying that they want you to be to be able to export to us and enjoy duty-free access, as they are giving it to you on one hand, they are also taking something away from you on the other hand. So if you go by what US gave to Rwanda by yanking them off AGOA, because Rwanda said that they don't want to criticise their country.
Mutilated crabs.
Yeah. They don't want to criticise their country, use shoes and use clothes. They were yanked off AGOA, so naturally, Nigeria will be wary of taking steps because those steps affect a particular sector of the US economy. So Nigeria will be wary. So the issue for me
what if we're not exporting to them though?
No,
exporting to others.
No, you are importing from them. Start producing, you import from them again. If you are importing from them again, is this the same issue until we become independent, thinking independently, and begin to see that look, these people don't mean well for us. They don't mean bad either. They just mean well for only themselves. Only that the way they mean well for themselves is not good for us. But the fact that they don't have they are a sovereign nation, they can't stop you from doing what you want to do. But they can withdraw some of the aids they are giving you, they can withdraw some of the pets they are giving you, So at the end of the day, we are just looking at what we lose. And the question is, can't we just agree to lose those things and do what we need to do in terms of wheat is something. Can you imagine in 2000, which year was this? We imported $1.3 billion. Wheat is actually a major item of import.
The export market for wheat is over $43 billion.
So you can imagine
$43 billion. $43 billion. Now, let me finish this stat. Now, when I was looking at the major countries or the byproduct of wheat, I zeroed in on wheat flour. The countries who export wheat flour, they are not a major producing country. We have countries like Turkey, Kazakhstan, Germany, Argentina, Belgium, Canada, US, Egypt, France, Pakistan. Now these countries are not major, some of them are not major importers. In fact, Turkey is not a major producing country. But in terms of export of wheat flour, the market or the export market for wheat flour is more than $4.5 billion, right? And Turkey controls over 23% of this market. So what are we saying? It means that Nigeria, even while we are importing, can also produce wheat flour and export them, only if our ports operations can be very effective to reduce cost of these imports, so that when we are producing and exporting, we'll be competitive in the market.
If we don't begin to do things to make us competitive, that will be a challenge. And I know government has done something around rice. We need to do it for other products. Sometimes, like I said, that sometimes like we're not just deliberate about some policies. I know government is trying. What I'm not sure of is why we're not channeling our effort towards what will help us. Like wheat should be a strategic product, just like rice. Because if you are spending billions of dollars, if you're spending billions of dollars every year importing an item that you can produce, is that not going to be able to save, number one, your great jobs? Yeah. Number two, it's going to save a lot of forex that are going to be going into that. And then we can use that forex for other important things. So it doesn't not nice for us to be the one importing mainly wheat and agricultural product that we can produce. So assuming we can produce it, it's okay, fine, we will not be able to produce it. But if we can produce it, and it's not that we can produce it, it's consuming a lot of our forex, then it's something we should consider. But like I said, until our leader begin to think, we're also still affected. Our leaders are affected with the colonial mentality. There's so many things we're not able to do. And that's why I must give it to the Kigali guy. Is it Kigali now in Rwanda? Yeah. He's taking steps to frontally confront all these people and tell them we really do not need you, we can do without you. And his partner will go around the world setting up factories and doing a lot in this country to ensure that the country becomes independent of the West. We've followed them for so long, it has led us nowhere. They just want us to remain their factory. That's what the farming
raw material
farmers of the world producing the prime commodity for them. And not be the one adding value to it. So it's high time we begin to think about it. And if we don't do FCFTA, we will not fix it. We need to, the whole idea of FCFTA, let those products be produced here. So if you want to come and produce here, create job here, help us here. So every country now want to strive to compete for
it. If they are to come here, then it means that we need to fix power.
That's what I'm saying now. I say every country will now strive to be competitive. That's what you have to strive to do. Strive to power. We strive to be competitive. So we must see the incentive that, okay, look, if we do this, we'll start benefiting. Because sometimes you don't know if all the jobs are moving out of Nigeria, then we put pressure on the government to ensure the government do what it has to do. I believe it's so difficult. It is the same period that PDP was in power. Other countries are able to build power and spend less than we have spent on power. So it's obviously there's something sabotaging that power from happening in Nigeria, and we must, of necessity, step on every toe, cut all the toe, mark the toe, destroy the toe to ensure that we fit. If we don't, why are you in power if you can't match the toes? What are you getting from the toes? And that's why, even though I have issue with some people around the president, I think he has what it takes, because he's not as, in a way, corrupt like other people. So to a large extent, he can do things that will pain those people, and they won't be able to do anything to him. So because if you get the same like of politicians, most likely they will have a lot of corrupt people around them, and then it will become difficult for us to make desired progress. So how will it be that we don't have road, we don't portal everywhere, we don't have look, let Ghana grow now very well. Let all the other countries grow very well, and we see the impact on them. Maybe that will make us to wake up and begin to do what we have to do. But as far as FCFTA is concerned, if they sign, we are going to keep pushing and writing on what we think must be done for Nigeria to benefit from FCFTA. FCFTA is not in Guru, it's not the bomb, it's not like we are not going to enjoy everything. If you go and check the tape of Kenya Forum, there's serious argument going on there because of my post, my
some of those.
Okay, I'm sure that's where. Okay, no wonder.
Have been posted on our social media. So if you want to join on this arguments
No.
and also posting.
No. Those, when I see some of those arguments, you know, so when you want to think, it's good we think holistically.
Yeah.
And we should be featured. We are so now. When we should be thinking of 3, 4, 5, 15, 20 years ahead, we'll be thinking of now. The fact that things are not fixed today does not mean they will never be fixed. So let's key into things that will, so that when it's fixed, we can then begin to enjoy it at that time, rather than say, oh no, let's fix it before we enjoy it. So,
the argument was that China did it too.
No! I told them on that platform, that's not true. China was not a member of WTO then. China withdrew from WTO, stay away from WTO before they did what they did. They now join WTO to be able to enjoy the free access. That's why they can take US to WTO today to go and argue against US, against protectionism in US. We cannot do, we are already a member of WTO. There's something we cannot do. People just argue so blindly and not even know what we have gone into that make it difficult. The same WTO we signed into make us to have access on country. The same WTO prevent us from making some protectionist policy. You can't just make a policy that can just shut everybody off. There's something called MFN, for favor nation. You can't favor every country against other. There's something you cannot just do. So people just argue and say, oh, China did it. Because China did it, we should do it. We can't just do it because we're in agreement that will not make us to do it. So don't let us, we should not, because our road is bad, say we will not drive. Fix the road, but keep driving until you fix the road. Rather than say you don't fix the road. I think it's been an interesting time today. Our director and producer are saying that it's time for us to go. Thank you, oh, so I have to go. No, but sincerely, so for me, I think that, let us spend the FCT, the producer will say have some time. Look, I think that we should begin to look at how to implement. So there must be an implementation committee that must be very serious. Now, the main committee, whatever compromise that we reached with man before it was signed, ensure that that's why man was part of that implementation committee. Now, I'm of the opinion that number one, we must ensure there is sensitization. You know what I discovered?
Because that was the major thing that plagued the ETLS.
You know what I discovered?
So if we handle the AST the way ETLS,
that is why I'm right. You know, I did a research recently on actually the reason why SEM in Nigeria are not partaking in ETLS. So what I'll be publishing in the coming days, the article we'll be discussing on this show, is actually my findings in that research of the reason why Nigeria or SME manufacturing Lagos are not benefiting from ETLS. And I told
so who is responsible to sensitize?
That is why we need an implementation committee. So there's
a committee that for the ETLS.
I'm not sure we have. So we should have another committee for EFCFTA. Who will be number one? Communication. Communicate at every level. You should communicate in such a way that, you know the way politicians did the election, that some. The way they do, you know those. We should do, that's the way we should communicate it. We should communicate in a way that an ordinary man on the street in Nigeria know about EFCFTA. It must be communicated at that level. The level of communication must be so intense that it will be as if Buhari is contest for presidency.
So there must be a budget for this.
So of course.
We don't have that.
No. We have NOA. National Orientation Agency, they've been sleeping. They need to wake up now. NOTN, Nigeria Office of Trade Negotiation, is the one championing this. Ambassador Zakwe was the one chairman of the drafting committee of this initiative. So they should work with NOTN, raise money for whatever they can raise it, and publicize the program. Publicize among SMEs, publicize amongst large corporate, publicize among national corporate, publicize among every level of strata of society that I said, let every regular Nigerian who is not even a person know about what they call after.
So let me quickly ask this.
Okay.
So the AFCTA must have some documentation requirements for it.
Documentation requirement for
an SME to be able to push their.
Oh, definitely. So those framework now.
Those agencies that will be responsible for that. Would it not be wise? Because judging from things that people have experienced in previous things like the ETLS and having some agencies being a major obstacle in people trying to push their goods out, wouldn't it be time for there to be like a roundtable discussion on how these people should help fast track?
I think NOTN should have a whistleblowing policy.
Okay.
a reporting policy, just going to report. Currently, Impex have an app report or something. I think Impex does report or something like that. That app you can use to report different government agencies, and they can follow up to ensure what you are looking for is getting for you. So NOTM must do that. NOTM must collaborate. That's one of the things in the strategy document we're working on. NOTM must collaborate with all agencies so that when any of their staff is blocking people, there should be electronic means of reporting. There should be electronic means of reporting it. Now, so in their sensitization, number one, for people to know about this program, that's first, people must know about it. Number two, this one, talking about the framework for getting my product registered for AFCFTA should be known by and you. We should not do it like when we start. We make the noise and stop. No, the noise must be regular and continuous. As in regular and continuous noise. As in regular and continuous noise. That means for the next 10 years, we are making noise every day, every week, every month. There is something being said. There's a noise being made. There's a session program being going on continuously on it. So that it will move to the consciousness of Nigeria. It must move to the. In fact, I would recommend they get an entertainer to be the face of AFCFTA in Nigeria, and that will be like ambassador going from place to place. It must be. We must publicize with all, and it must be continuous. This one is that when you do it and you slow down, other things take over. Yeah. So if you don't want that, so that anybody just starting new business will know about the FCFTA. Yeah. So the framework should be readily available, online, offline, in different languages. Yeah.
What role will the Nigerian Export Promotion Council play?
Now, so the Nigerian Council now will now work with AFCFTA and with the NOTM to do this. So in the promotion itself, that campaign should be done by Nigerian because they have structure. Like NOTN just have one office in Abuja. They have structure. So while NOTN is working with them, the promotion, that promotion I'm talking about, should now be driven by Nigerian Promotion Council. So from every local government, it should be such that just the way I'm just looking at something so ubiquitous in Nigeria that if you are looking for information, you can easily get it. But my issue is it must be continuous. It must be continuous. It must be continuous because if it's not continuous, over time it will die down. The new generation of entrepreneurs will come up. You will hear about it. ETLS is since 1990, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Do you understand? It's almost 30 years. Almost 30 years. And many people that knew about when it was launched and then now where something like that exists right now. So continue. But we also need them to ensure they collaborate with all the agencies. Look, there are some people that will ensure that they want to make money off people that want to apply. Yeah. Even though applying for ETLS is free, but the people of the private sector know that ETLS is not free because there are a lot of legal fees paid on. There's no reason why the importer, the manufacturer really want to mobilize. That's where corruption comes in. To mobilize the committee, that's the National Approval Committee of ETLS, to mobilize them to site, come and inspect. It shouldn't be. These people should be independent so that they can fairly judge and take a decision on your factory, on whatever it is you want to ship out. So we should learn our lessons from ETLS and correct it in AFCFTA. I'm excited about AFCFTA. I feel it's a liberation tool for Africa if we can just do it right. And in the coming years, I read some of those details. You discover that a lot of other agreements like this in other part of the world also have the same issue I have. That sensitization is a major issue across board. Alright, thank you very much for listening again today. Remember, this program is on our YouTube channel, 3D Impex TV. Go to YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Not just subscribe, drop your comment. Not just drop your comment, like the video, click on the notification bell, and more importantly, share with your friends and your colleagues. My name is Delaini Banyu.
I said.
See you next week and bye for now.